Hey y'all! Welcome back to the FNN Radio Podcast. It's your girl Faith.
And I'm Natalie.
And what episode is this?
This is 6.
Ooh, yeah,
episode 6. You know, somebody just said, they was like, dang, episode 5, yeah, we is rolling.
Yeah, we rolling them patrol.
So y'all know what that means. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, because we got a special guest today. Another special guest. Back to back special guest.
Back to back.
Y'all not gonna guess who it is, but baby, yes.
Yes, it's a she.
And she's doing her thing. So we asked her to come here and come on with us because look how business is booming for her. And if you don't know her, you're about to get to know her.
Yes, you're about to find out, and to find out, you gotta stay tuned.
All right, y'all.
Hey, we are back.
Y'all, we're back with Kaelin.
Yes.
Kaelin is our special guest. Welcome to the FNN Radio Podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so first, you're the second woman that we've had on here, entrepreneur-wise. So we're so happy to have you because we love women. We love women and their businesses. We love girl bosses. So it's so exciting to have you here. And like I said, business is booming for you. If you don't watch Kaelin, I watch Kaelin. Okay, I watch her.
For real,
I watch her and her business. So business is booming for you. So we're so happy to have you here. So you can give us a little insight.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here, and I love you guys. This is so dope.
Thank you. So we just gonna get straight into it. So who are you? Like, what do you do?
I know that's a very broad question.
That's a very broad question.
But I still kind of struggle with this question every day when I ask myself this. But every day I get a little more clarity. And I think it's just really just a boss being able to provide opportunity for other people and to help people. So that's kind of how I categorize myself. But I am an entrepreneur. I have a boob tape company. I do Airbnb.
Yes.
I do marketing and advertising and consulting. So it's a lot going on.
Okay.
But overall, I am just a working woman.
We love a working woman.
Yeah, we do. Especially one that has her hand in different type of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Multiple streams of income.
Yeah, especially nowadays, so much going on. Everything is so high. So.
Oh yeah, so high. You want to go to the first question?
Okay. So, if you don't know Kaelin, she does have her business. It's KMBoobies. But tell us what you were doing before that. Before any business.
Any business.
So before any business, I actually went to Dealin University and I graduated with a degree in journalism, mass communications, but specifically journalism, and I minored in marketing. And so literally right after I graduated, I got a job at WWL TV, maybe like a month later. I was super excited. The thing with reporting in general is that when you're first starting off, you're going to be sent to a real low market, which is not going to be close by. It's going to be like a little town in Oklahoma, So I always went back and forth in my head, telling myself like that's something that I really just didn't want to do, just because I always did have an entrepreneur spirit, and I knew that right when I graduated, I really kind of wanted to just take over the city a little bit before I moved, just because I felt like there was just a lot of unfinished business. Because at the time, I was doing a lot of reporting for local news channels like Neutral Grounds, New Orleans Agenda, which is a newspaper articles. So, I just felt like I had so much to do here that Oklahoma would frighten me. I'm like, there's no way I can do that. So, that's what I was doing before, a lot of just reporting and, local reporting. But I literally remember sitting at my desk at Channel 4, it was dead. And I was like, I need to be doing something else with my time.
Yes.
And so I was literally on the computer, and boob tape literally just clicked in my head. It was probably because I was looking at a shirt or a top that I knew I wasn't going to be able to wear or some craziness. But yeah, I literally came up with the idea to sell boob tape at the news station. And so I remember during COVID, I was in California, just like a hot mess, because I had to really decide. I was shooting a reporter reel to go work, you know, as a news reporter right out the college. So it was like a tug of war in my mind, like what to do. And I'm just so happy that I made the decision that I did.
I love the boob tape though. I love that idea, because it's like, of course you see a boob tape in like Forever 21 and all that stuff like that, but it just be like,
when it's somebody in your city and it's just like, you know, like it's I'm not even going to say a small owned business, girl, because it is not small. It is not small. It's not small anymore.
We'll talk about going big fast too.
Yes. And that was a question of mine, like, first of all, how long have you been in business with the boob tape?
Yeah, so we'll be celebrating 2 years this November. So a lot happened in the first year. Like everything you've seen happen in the first year, pretty much. We're really just getting into the second year. We launched during COVID of November 2020, and we were in stores by February of 2021. And then after that happened, it was just like a blur. It just happened really, really fast.
That's crazy.
But it was very crazy. It's still crazy. And so just right now, the main thing you want to focus on going into your second year in business is gaining control of everything. CPAs, like, you know, becoming an actual business, getting occupational licenses, understanding what you can and cannot do as a business, getting your taxes straight. You know, because when you are making a certain amount of money, you want to make sure that you're taxed right, but also you want to make sure that you are paying taxes, you're collecting the right taxes. There's just a lot that goes into it when you decide that you're not a small business, you're a big business. And that's really key with businesses, is that when you start off, you have to really start off thinking big. And I actually did from the beginning. I just didn't think it would happen so fast. But, you know, a lot of people call their business like a side hustle. But the minute you tap into like it not being a side hustle, you really do see the growth.
Exactly. And that's how it reflects on a lot of people. If you treat it like a side hustle, people are going to be like, okay, that's what it is. But if you treat it like a big ass business, a brand, like, okay, this is my brand, and you make that
and that's the thing, you have to make it a brand.
Exactly.
Like, people can buy boob tape on Amazon for way cheaper than $29.99. Right. Now, granted, we did try to make our formula very safe as possible so it doesn't damage your skin, and Amazon does kind of have, like, you know, not so good reviews. But people buy the brand because they like the brand. And then you can continue the brand and expand it. People trust it. Because they actually like you as a person.
Correct.
And they like what you're bringing to the table, and it's authentic. And that's really all you have to do. Swear to God.
You know, for real, because it's like a lot of people, I'm so sorry, a lot of people back in the day, like, it wasn't a lot of faces. Like, I know we see like McDonald's and like Burger King and things like that. It's no face to it.
I want to be the face.
Why?
I didn't, because, you know, like, I just, to me, knew that I had a product that worked, and I didn't think the face really mattered. Because, you know, but it's hard to say, though, because when you look at all these big brands, like, you know, even the Kardashians with the Skims, you know, they are the face, even though they have backgrounders, they're the face. So I noticed that I really couldn't step away from not being the face. Because when I first launched it, I was like, I don't want to be in any of the shoes. Like, I just wanted to be like nobody, like faces nobody even seen in New Orleans. That was also another big thing for me. I didn't want it to be local people that people seen all the time. Because sometimes that really damages the brand.
You're bringing in popular people. Like, just because they're popular doesn't mean that your brand or your business is going to like explode. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to. And that's a lot of thing with a lot of brands. Like, it's favoritism. It's favoritism, especially like when you have to insert like models and things like that. I don't know. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, that's just how I feel as far as like with different brands. But I like the idea, because the people that you have using your shoes, I've never seen. Have you seen them before?
No. I think I've noticed like one model. maybe 2, but that's it.
Yeah.
But I also, speaking of like models, I like how you have every different like shade,
yes,
every different size. Like it's not just like, oh, like model body, model face. Like it's like
everyday.
It's for everybody. And I think that a lot of brands that do that, I like that, because it's just like, okay, not everybody's small, not everybody's really petite.
And the girls that I pick, they don't care. Like I don't have to go on set and worry about like if she feels comfortable. Do I have to edit her stomach here or whatever the case may be? Like, you know, I actually met these girls that are in my shoot at Brennan's, which was the restaurant that I worked in college. And that's why it's so important to just be nice to people, because they see my brand, they excited to be in the shoot. So like, you know, they get you know, like free boob tape and things like that, but like, you know, and I just started paying them this year, and I've been using them when I first started. So obviously when I first started, I couldn't pay them, but it didn't even matter to them. They just wanted to be a part of it. And so I'm going to stick with these same girls.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I do love that. And I like you said, Kaelin, it's like, it's all about being genuine and who you are. Because like, just imagine if she was like the mean girl at a restaurant and stuff, like nobody would want to be in your shoot and stuff like that. It's about being genuine and being a good person overall. So that way people gravitate to you. Like energy is everything. So when you have good energy, and you know, like people want to support me, but why do people want to support me? Because I'm a good person, because I'm a nice person, because I give good energy,
and I show love. I show that love to those other people. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Congrats to you. I'm just gonna give a hand clap, because that shit is amazing. Like, and then even getting into asking, like, what was the first store that you that your boob tape got into?
Again, so crazy. The girl whose store the girl's mom whose store I'm in, she actually worked at Brennan's as well. So it's so crazy. This little pit stop at Brennan's definitely was a game changer. I also learned a lot of marketing with them too, because they're like the #1 restaurant in the city. You see it when you get off the airplane and everything. But anyways, so her name is Shayna, and her mom actually owns a franchise, which is Rio. They have 4 locations. And so once again, just super nice to Shayna all the time. And she knew I was a good worker, because we worked together all the time at Brennan's. So right before COVID hit, I was kind of talking about the idea of boob tape, but it wasn't really a thought until we all got laid off, right, when COVID hit. And so I had time to really think. And so I just hit her up one day, and I was like, hey, you think your mom will put this in my store? And at the time, her mom was like, I don't have time for childishness, you know, like, she's like, or whatever. So she just kept, you know, like bugging her about it. And one day she took the product and she put it in her store, and then the first day she sold out. And so she literally called me and was like, girl, what is up with this boob tape? I literally posted one thing on Instagram. I was like, y'all go to Rio, grab your boob tape. And at the time we weren't in any stores, but people wanted it now. Like, because it's like, I just bought this dress, like I need it now, I can't order it, that type of thing. Which is why I realized it was so important to have it super accessible to people. And the minute we put it in the stores, the sales dropped in New Orleans and spiked in every other state. Wow. And so I started to notice, that's how I knew for sure, obviously, because they were restocking. But, you know, the fact that when we first started, it was pretty much the city. And then gradually we started growing the Instagram, and then we started doing other states. And still to this day, we're not running any Instagram ads or any ads, period. So I'm super excited to start running ads this year, because I feel like we're definitely going to see a change. We'll be able to look to see like who's really buying, where they're not, you know, where they're tapping out at, they're getting to the cart. So anyways, Shayna was a good connection at Brennan's, and she's the one that suggested to her mom to put it in the store. And I didn't even realize by me putting it in one, they were going to need it in all, including the Baton Rouge location. So yeah, in February we're in 4 stores by the end of February.
So how many stores are y'all in now?
7. So yeah,
it's good to be in one. But she is in 7 stores.
7, and she hasn't even hit her 2-year mark.
And someone literally just asked me the other day, could I give them advice on being in a store? And I'll give y'all the key. Just go in and ask. It's that simple. It's not rocket science, people. The people, they purchase product all the time from all kind of people. Like, it's not just coming from China. Like, they go to stores in LA and buy wholesales. All you have to do is go in and ask. The main thing where you don't want to mess up at is that I actually have a product at each stop, pretty much. So it's like one on Bullard, then there's one on Louisa, and then you hit Mid City, and then Metairie, and then the West Bank. Don't put your product so close to this competition. Just have it just loosely, just kind of accessible for everybody.
Sporadic.
Yep, sporadic. But just go in and ask. It's not, either they want it or they don't. Obviously, if you bring clothes, it needs to just be something that's doable for the store. Like, people were coming into Rio just buying the tape. So she called me and was like, look, can you come put some clothes on with the tape? Like, because they're just coming in next to the tape and leaving. They're not buying no clothes. Like, this is crazy. So it was like, yeah.
I remember seeing that. And you posted a video, too. I don't know if you saw it, but she posted a video. I think you said Shayna's mom was just kind of like, she was so against it at first. She was just like, she was like, no. And then everybody started coming in and buying it. And me watching that video, I'm just like, that's crazy. Because it's just like, I've been following you when you first started KMBoobies, and just to watch you like grow so fast, that is so like, I'm happy for you. But I'm happy for you because it's just like, okay, all it took was one store, and then look how quick you got those other stores. So it's just like, a lot of people, we've talked about this before too, like you said, COVID, being laid off, and then just automatically thinking like, okay, I want to do this, and then opposed to somebody else like, okay, I just got laid off, like, and now I gotta look for another job. But you took that leap, and
I just took the opportunity because I seen it. I seen that we weren't working. We were getting paid like $800 a month, right? I mean, a week.
I'm going to say a month.
It was crazy. It was like $800 a week. So I just really seen like a great opportunity. And a lot of people say, but everybody's starting business, and honestly, like, only the real like last. And that's not to say that people who aren't really serious about their business, for some reason fails and won't last, even if they're serious about it. But I think, I really had a shift in personality. Like, I really wasn't going out as much. Like, I go out here and there, but I'm kind of like a foodie now. But, I really cut back on unnecessary, like, doing. Because you really have to have a clear mind. Like a super clear mind. Because it's a lot when it's just you. A lot of businesses actually have a partner. I don't have a partner yet. And you kind of want one because it'll be way easier and you'll be able to grow faster. But you also don't need to grow too fast that you lose control of what's going on. So if you're an entrepreneur, you definitely need to get 2 books that I would recommend. One is going to be The E-Myth, which is why small businesses fail. Literally, within the first chapter, you're going to be like, yep, that's me. Like,
E-Myth. It's like the letter E and then myth. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next one is going to be Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
That was a really good one.
I'm like halfway done right now. I love it. I love that book. I love that book because it teaches you so many things. And just in general, like how you were saying, like, a lot of people start something and they're like, okay, for the first 2 months, it's cool, everything's going good. But then they see this huge ass drop and they're like, damn, I give up. Yeah. And it's like you're not even going through the whole journey of the whole thing. So you're not even seeing what can happen. Like, you're stopping right before.
Also, the E-Myth, if the first chapter talks about who should really be in business. And it's like a lot of people get in business because they're trying to ditch their 9 to 5, not realizing you went from just having 1 job to 5 jobs within your business. Like, you went from just being that 1 computer tech, right? You're really good at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you went put on 5 other boots, and now you're freaking out. And so, you really shouldn't get in business if you think it's less work.
Oh, no.
If you think it's faster money, because you actually really don't get to see and touch your money and enjoy it till about 3 to 4 years in your business. And then it's like, make sure you're ready to learn all those other positions and not half-ass it. Because once you get out here, these people will fool you and trick you so easily because you're not educated. And so that's what I'm
and they know when you're not
so I'm chilling and educated. Because I'm like, it gets crazy. People are offering all these different deals. It's almost time to like go in front of possible investors, just anything, and so that's really, really, really important.
Going back to that 9 to 5, I don't know if y'all seen like the meme. It was like when you have your 9 to 5 and then when you start your business, it's like 9 to 9 or something, 9 in the morning to 12 in the morning or something like that. It's like, it's more responsibility. And
Yeah, I think people don't think about that. They just think about the money. Like, okay, so like on the outside looking in, people see KMBoobies 10K,
rich,
10K, rich.
Right.
Like she has all these, like she's selling all this boob tape. She has 7 locations, but like she's saying, you know, you're still going through the motions. You're taking your time with it. But like I say, social media, we've talked about this before. Social media is just, you see the outside. You don't see what
they'll see you crying packaging orders on your last leg, like rethinking the whole situation.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
Like I'm not.
Right.
You know, and that's something I struggle with, just being friends with people. And I really do understand how you, like, I think I've cut off everybody except like my close friends because I can't.
You got to.
You can't. You actually do, because they don't understand when you go missing, for one. So it's a hard communicating situation. And so the top really does get lonely because your friends are doing their own thing. So it's like you're just trying to figure everything out. And so, you know, you really have to make sure that this is one thing where I'm always going to be comfortable with what I do. It's because I never fake anything. And everything is pretty much kind of out there for you to see. Now I leave a little mystery. Like, people still trying to figure out, it's like my only thing that I do besides like Airbnb and KMBoobies. And it really is at this point. But, you know, I put it all out there. It's no secret. So like, if someone were to, I don't know, blast me for the tape tearing off their skin or something like that, it wouldn't be something I would run from. It would be something I would like face head on. So I'm always constantly thinking about how they could bring this shit down. I'm sorry, I don't even know if I can curse. But I'm always constantly thinking about how they can kind of tear me down, and so I'm ready for everything. And once again, like, just being yourself and being authentic, it'll always be okay. Someone actually just recently started a boob tape line. I think down here, she's a local person. A couple people be sending me the page. I don't even know where it is. You know, people always ask me, what if somebody hijacks your idea? But once again, when you go to Walmart, there's like 5 different toothpastes. I'm forever gonna buy Chris. That's me. Right. So there are gonna be some people that's gonna forever buy your product no matter what it is. So you can't be afraid of the competition.
And everybody isn't gonna do it like you. It's very unique. Everybody isn't gonna be like one other person. Like I was saying on the previous episode, everybody is on their own journey. So it's like, if you know you, if you're true to you, if you're professional and you're handling things the way you're supposed to, then that other person can't stop what you have going on.
But let me just chime in. You're not the same. I'm just saying, because did you just see you got the clear?
She got the clear boob tape.
The waterproof. The waterproof. So tell us about that. What made you want to do that?
Well, you know, the tape that we actually use is 50% waterproof, but we just want to make our customers very clear on what we're doing with the tape and what you should be doing with the tape.
What should we be
kind
doing?
Of like directing them, you know, because a lot of people sleep in their boob tape, which is a huge no-no, right? A lot of people go swimming in the boob tape. Now it's 50% waterproof, but then they go to try to take it off, but it's 50% waterproof, so it's like it's still sticking more to your skin. And so we just want people to use the product for exactly what it is. So you put your regular boob tape on, you know, have fun, wear it for your 6 to 8 hours or whatever, and then make sure you take it off with oil and boom. No swimming, no nothing. The waterproof boob tape is strictly for waterproof. Now, granted, you can wear it if you're wearing something mesh, and that's something that we're going to kind of slowly get them into. We want them to first focus on water. And so when we came up with the idea, you know, you want to tell your audience what to do in a very subtle way. So while I was introducing the waterproof, not only was it perfect for the summer and an essential, you know, it was just to kind of get them to, you know, use all the different tapes in the right, correct way. And so we hope that after the summer to launch the travel kits, which will be just a little kit with your scissors, your oil, and everything in it. So you don't just roll around with your tape, but that's to come.
Would that come with like a full size amount of the boob tape, or would that come with like a smaller
amount? Size? So it's going to be a nice size travel kit that you can put in literally your purse. You want it to be very small, so it's like, you know, if you need to reapply, if you need to give it to your friend, it's going to always be able to kind of fit in your bag. So it's going to be the same size as the tape. It's going to be like a mini scissors, a nice size oil that you can fly with. So it's going to be under that 3 ounce. So it's going to be hopefully really cute and like really essential.
So travel size is in the works for KMBoobies. Okay.
You'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, travel size kids. Yes. yes. Okay, let's see. So I really want to know, like I said, I've been following you when you first came out with KMBoobies, and I used to, when you tap into people's stories, you know, like I'll be watching what people doing, of course. So I used to see you in California. So tell me about that process of like going to California and getting your brand started.
Yes.
So when I first started KMBoobies, and so the good thing about starting this company was that I did have a little like knowledge in marketing and advertising, so I knew that I needed to come out with one trusted product first. That's kind of like key when you're doing like makeup or anything like that. It's just to come out with one first. And I always give this person a shout out because I think she did a great job. Her name's Sydney. She came out with the Bomb Ass Pro.
I think I know
gel. And so everyone loves it. Now everyone will buy her second product, whatever it is. And that first one's very trustworthy. So I wanted to drop one thing, but I was actually in California looking to make bras, and just like real supportive like bras. But I knew that the boob tape was a differentiator, something different. So I knew I needed to start with that first. So going to California is really just always so much fun because you get to go down to the garment district and things like that, and just look at fabric and just kind of be inspired. So I just was really going out there for a lot of inspiration once I figured out I didn't really want to do bras first. I also was thinking about doing a collaboration with someone in California as well, but once again, don't grow too fast. So which I'm happy I did it, because when you're first starting your business, inventory is so important, and knowing where things are going. And so it'll just be very easier for me to navigate throughout New Orleans first before I do other cities, which is what we hope to do soon. But
that was a smart business move.
Yeah.
That was definitely smart, because I feel like anybody else, like I said, you're thinking about the money aspect, but you're not thinking about all the things behind closed doors. So that was a smart move. Yeah. That was definitely a smart move. I have another question to chime in. So what made you the names of your boob tape? Is there like a cool backstory? Or like
I really wish there was, but not really. So my real name is Kaelin Bass, and so KMBoobies.
Y'all don't still hide identity. Don't do all that, because I know you said all your government. Listen,
so. Yeah, I'll come for you. But so KMBTV obviously was just something I started with reporting, and that was my name on Instagram, and that's what people knew me as. Like just KMBTV. They don't even say my name. Just KMBTV, whatever. So I'm like, it would be something people will already be familiar with. But when I seen the design and I seen the boobies go through.
No, that shit hard.
I was like, this is so hard. I can't change it. I just can't change it. And so I was so the name at first was KMBoobies. It wasn't KMBoobies.
No, I was listening to some of your videos and I heard you say KMBoobies, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just KMBoobies and KMBoobies. I don't know what it is.
So in 2021 we locked down, and it once we got into the store, because I'm like, people can't be confused, right? I wanted to be KMBoobies because I just liked how it sounded at the time, but people were saying KMBoobies, so you go with what the people say. It wasn't up to me. Like it was no longer up to me. People see the tape, like, I need that KMBoobies right now. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going with it. But I'm happy I stuck with the name, because I see future brands like me collaborating with myself, like KM Body, for like shapewear. It's like will be the next thing that we'll probably work on. But you know, KM Boob, who knows? But I think I can keep the whole KM, and it's just it's me. That's my name. So you know, I don't want everybody to be like, okay, so what does that stand for? I just hope everybody just keeps saying it what it is. It's not like Kaelin Bass boobs, like it just doesn't sound right. But it's not. That's not really how you say it. So it's KMBoobies.
Okay. I love that. Once you have the name and you could use it with everything else, like stick to it. That's fire.
It is.
That's fire. So just navigating a little bit off of the boob tape. So when did you start your Airbnb business?
So growing up, I actually always wanted to do like architecture. Just like I just like really like interior design, and so for me, I'm always thinking business when it comes to anything. And it was just time for me to move out my mom's house, because I moved out last year really right after the hurricane. Because all that Boob, it was just a lot. It was just a lot going on. I could finally afford it, so I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. But I wanted to go to a place that would allow me to sublease or allow me to make money off of it, because it just didn't make sense to spend like $1,800 a month on rent if I'm not profiting off of it. And so I was reading all these books that talk about, you know, whatever you do, you must it can't be a liability. That's it, right?
Liability.
It can't be a liability. It has to be an asset. And so that's what I do with anything. Like, my card is like paid off. I can get a new one right now, but I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, I want everything that I make to go back into my business. So once again, just a sacrifice. But I started because I was like, it's time to move out, and I'm like, I'm gonna deck it out and I'm gonna put it up on Airbnb. And it was just that simple. And so you just have to plan ahead and plan for things. Like, nothing I ever do is just, I ain't gonna say it on impulse. I'm a very impulsive person. But within that 5 seconds of me making an impulsive decision, I'm gonna understand, like, if it's not making no money, I'm just not doing it. And so that's the perfect hustle for me, because I'm always traveling.
I see that.
Like, I'm never really down here. And so yeah, my nice little city view apartment is sitting there, and I know it's going to make money on Airbnb. You know, so the key with that too was, you know, I knew I only had a 1 bedroom, so I had to make it into a sleep 4. The more people can sleep, the more money you make. And so once again, it's just like always making like a business decision. But I kind of recommend it to anybody whose place allows it. I mean, no place in the city really allows it downtown. You just have to get cool with the people. I don't know if I should say this on camera, but just work your magic, and it makes sense to do it. That's it.
So basically, there wasn't like a hard, because I know like some people can't do Airbnbs because, you know, like those leasing offices are so strict and they don't want you doing that.
Oh, they paying people now.
You just have to figure out what works for you. Like, you know, finding a little cool complex and, you know, just do what you gotta do. But some places, they do allow, you know, I'm actually possibly thinking about buying it, if it makes sense. And so that's another thing. It's like, you know, it just has to make sense. But I also recommend getting a property if you can. The only reason why I didn't do that is because when you're using your business, it has to be 2 years in order for you to do anything. So that's another thing. It's just making sure that you are a legit business and your paperwork and things like that are correct, because you want to be able to use your business as an asset. This is what you're doing it for. Right. Like, what are you working this hard for if you're never going to be able to use that business to get to another level of whatever it is you want to do?
So what are some struggles with any of the businesses that you currently have? What are some struggles that you have faced with either building them or the day by day?
Mental is so important. I actually really still struggle with my mental, like, believe it or not. And it's even harder because people don't believe it when you say it. It's right. It's like people swear to God like you're just living like this grand old life, and you know, like, I'm very, very much blessed, but you also have to understand it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, because even if you feel like you're small, people still feel like you're big, or like, you know, so it's a lot of pressure. And that's, to me, what I kind of struggled with the most. A lot of people might say, because I hear this a lot, knowing what to do first within your business. And so I always recommend that people do a SWOT analysis. You can go to a tax person to get this done too, but a SWOT analysis is checking off what's most important for your business. So I remember at one point in time, I was super worried about the boob tape, because we actually go out and tape girls. That's another service within KMBoobies. People get to book weddings and things like that. And we was kind of taking off with that real quick too. But I had to pump the brakes because we needed insurance. Because that's the fastest way for you to lose everything if someone sues you. And so it's little things like that within your business that you need to scale back and do. And it was very important. Like, we had to do all of this paperwork. You know, they're estimating what you're doing, you know, how much your policy is going to be off your business. So I'm saying it's a lot of work. So insurance is just knowing, like, you know, where to navigate.
Yeah, and thinking deeper into it, because you're thinking, okay, I'm just helping somebody, you know, like, just being the person that you are.
These people are taking this blue tape off into oil. I have to be like, you know, because this is the thing, like, and this is another thing, you know, my friends are always like, and me too, which is another mental thing. You know, I don't want anybody to damage their skin off my product.
Right.
And most people who have damaged their skin, they tell me like it was all my fault. Now don't get me wrong, like your skin's gonna bounce back probably within a week, but you can't sleep and irritate. You know, there's certain things that you can't do. And so people ask me, am I worried? I'm like, no, I'm not worried. Like some people use Proactive. Some people will swear to God, don't ever pick up Proactive. Right. And so, you know, I always stress that our product is not the best for people with sensitive skin. You know, we don't try to reel people with sensitive skin in. If anything, I'm going to stop you right there. Like, I'm not going to take your money because we want to make sure that our product is for the person that's for, and they're the only ones using it. Especially when they fail to use it sometimes right when it comes to removing. And so, you know, that was another thing.
Do you think you guys will come out with some sensitive boob tape?
Yeah, and so that's what I like when I think of my business. Like, that's something I maybe see like 4 or 5 years from now, honestly, because that's stepping into a whole other world of people with different skin, and I have to figure out what kind of skin and what kind of skin would the sensitive state be. Would it be for eczema, psoriasis, dry? So it's just like that's stepping into a whole other thing that I hope we will be able to do one day. Because honestly, I see myself no longer working with people from out this country to get my product to perfect it right.
So it's still local. You're still local with like getting your product and everything.
No, we actually get our product from China.
Oh,
so I have to meet with China like every 3 to 4 days at 2:00 in the a.m. our time, because it's like 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock their time. So I have daily meetings with China, making sure, because they're kind of updating us. We actually ordered from the first boobs tape that was ever created was in the UK by 2 sisters. They had a store. They sold it for $25,000, and that's how they started the company. And so we actually kind of work with their same vendors. But we tweak our product a little bit. It's wider, it's better for the skin, things like that. But we still have to figure out what they got going on, you know? So it's like we still want to kind of keep in the loop, and we want to make sure that, you know, because that's so dangerous that China's in control of my business. With the way this world is going.
And stuff,
that's scary. And so I constantly need to be knowing what's going on in China and what could possibly like stop us from being successful. Because you're thinking about growing big and going in Walmart, and also you think that people want to hear you don't have no product because something's going on the other side of the world. And so we're thinking about scaling to create it down here in the U.S. to ship to other people, because, you know, KMBoobies started off as a private, but what if we can like start other lines? Like people want to start other food tape lines. So it's just it could go anywhere.
Yeah, it could. And just creating the multiple streams within that one business.
Yeah.
So I have a question about like your marketing, because your photo shoots,
video shoots, everything. Yes.
So like, are you behind the whole vision of your marketing and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like sometimes the cameramans are so disgusted with me because I'm like on their neck.
But that's how you're gonna be, because you want it a certain way and you want it to look a certain way.
Neck all the time. No, it's all me, from the concepts to what they're wearing. I don't let anybody take control of that, because I feel like that is the brain and that's what people see. And if something's done wrong, I want to be able to just be able to blame myself for it. And so yeah, it's all me. And we are constantly thinking about how to be different from our competition. But we're pretty different already.
Yeah, I think so.
Me too.
Because we're just really authentic. When you go on the other boob tape people's pages, you know, they don't really talk to their customers. Like, they don't shout their customers out. We want to make sure we have a close connection with our customers, and we're very like hands-on and personable communication. So
yeah, because my favorite photo shoot was the one with the your fairy godmother photo shoot.
Yeah,
that was so. I'm looking at this. I'm like, this is so cool. I would never thought about this.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Someone literally commented and it was like bibbity bobbity boo, and I was like, ran with. I was like, that was fire.
Yeah. Bibbity bobbity boo.
That was fire.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So
she gotta get a little residual for that.
That's something that we want to tap into this year. It's like explaining who the Boob Fairy is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the concept behind it is just me kind of going back and forth with myself about if I'm really in the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like me talking to the Boob Fairy. She's telling me like, girl, you out here saving lives, blah, blah, blah. And it's like me just like so scared, not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we want to launch next year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this year, but end of the year. Just like introducing who she really is, where the idea came about, and, you know, what she's going to be changing next besides.
Oh, I like that.
No, I really do like that.
I really do like that. I'm not just saying that because that's just so different. Nobody really has, you know, you see businesses, but like the actual, like the marketing that you put behind it, like you said, the personable, like how you're close with your customers, how your customers, you know, like you interact with your customers. I feel like, you know, that is how you engage your, you know, like your customers overall and your sales too, because it's just like, I don't want to buy boob tape from Amazon or Fashion Nova. Like, they don't care about me. They're not gonna come take me. Like KMBoobies is gonna come take me.
Right.
So I think I like that. Yes, I definitely like that.
Where do you see yourself like in the next 5 to 10 years? And not just with your businesses, but just you in general.
Just me in general? Okay. Well, in 5 years, 5 to 10 years, I would hopefully will have a few properties in New Orleans. And I'll be living state to state, maybe California or Seattle, maybe Chicago. I love Chicago.
Seattle.
I be in Chicago. I love Chicago. Like,
I love Chicago too.
I love Chicago.
It's
I go next
so beautiful.
The vibe is just right out there. Like, anyways. So I kind of see myself living back and forth, but I do see a warehouse someplace. I don't know where, but just like all working women under the warehouse, shooting content, you know, shipping and packaging. I just kind of see a really good, healthy workspace with a little office for me, my assistant, you know, and just really just getting to work every day and building a brand that I and the other people believe in. And then I really may go to law school in 10 years because I've always wanted to be a lawyer, but I know I don't have the time to just sit down and focus. But I do see that in a couple years. But no, just running businesses and building. I won't always just say Airbnbs because Airbnbs to me are cool. I don't think it's cool the direction that it's going in by causing all this poverty to people. I don't. So I just hope to be in somewhat of that realms of rental real estate in the future. And then also I hopefully have a family in 5 years, girl.
How old are you now?
I'm 27. I made 27 in March.
Oh, okay. Well, happy belated birthday.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, she's an Aries.
Look, I told you last time. I have no idea.
Wait, where are you born?
We're Pisces.
Oh, y'all Pisces? Okay. I'm still learning about Pisces.
Really?
Because I don't come across them like that.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're Pisces. I was asking because I know March, and it's like a cutoff too. March. Some people March in Pisces.
In the middle of March.
Yeah.
I think that's where it cuts.
So that's why I asked. But yeah, we're Pisces. So for anybody that's watching and wants to be an entrepreneur, what advice would you give them?
The first thing I would say is really ask yourself why you get in business. Because it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Like, it's cool. I have fun because I do what I want when I want. But that's the only thing people are stuck on. Is doing what you want when you want. And that could be anything. I could be crying when I want. Like, whatever the case may be, just know I'm doing it on my own time. But ask yourself, like, are you really in this to help people and make, like, an impact?
And solving a problem.
And solving a problem. And that's the main thing with starting a business. It's like, are you solving a problem? A lot of people actually create the product before they figure out who their customer is. You really need to know who your customer is going to be. Because who wants to have a product and not figure out who's going to buy this? Who is this for? You know, come up with your problem. Like, figure out your problem. Figure out where your problem is. Women have all kind of problems. So we really have a lot of, like, little things that we could be tapping into. Simple things. And so when those things come to mind, think about how you can fix them. Like, you know, I mean, just so many. But anyways, just be relatable. But also, take your time. It's like people are for sure rushing me. Like, just rushing. Just like, what is this? Like, you know, like, I ignore everybody. Sometimes I ignore my mom because
you got to.
She don't understand. She really just want to help. And so, luckily, I'm the only child. And so my parents are very like, you know, all up in what I have going on. So they're super helpful.
Right.
But sometimes you just have to tune them out because they don't understand.
They don't understand.
But you definitely just want to figure out who your audience is and then build around what their issues are. And then once you figure that out, then get serious about it. Like, start separating your money. That's the main thing.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing because it's like people.
Huge thing.
Yeah, that is a huge thing because you don't want to co-mingle. Like, you want to start your business, you want to start that business checking and savings account. You want to be able to separate your taxes from out of what is what. You don't want to put your personal.
And it's just like, you also don't want to go
together.
all these years building a business and then get stopped because your paperwork's not.
Yes.
Like, so you have all this money in the bank, but your profit and losses is all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care if you have $100,000 in the bank. I still don't understand how you got it, how you made it, where it came from.
Right.
So it could be fraudulent. So that's why it's super important, you know, too. But just be really true to yourself, and you be the brand. Like, you are the brand.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you're coming on here and you're saying, you know, like, file your taxes, separate your money, because it's easy to come on here and be like, okay, well, you know, start your business, but like I said, like we said before, like, people don't see what goes on behind closed doors. Like you said, I'm packing tape and I might be crying.
Yeah.
It's like,
last week I was so mad because we missed the deadline to be in Essence Convention Center waiting on the city to give us an occupational license. So I was like distraught. Now obviously we're going to figure out how to mingle our way around it. And that's another thing. You gotta, like, because what we look like not selling tape at Essence. We gotta move her and figure it out.
That's the
Don't take the first no. Don't take the first no.
So we're still waiting to see if we're going to get in. But if we don't, we're going to be on little buggies. And if we're going to create content. And so it's going to work out fine. But, you know, you just really have to... just really have to keep going, you know, because I'm really not rich. Like, my business has money, but like, I don't touch my business money for the most part. So I'm still here, just, you know, thugging it. My business pays me a paycheck, and you know, I do have a hustle, so I'm always, you know, like, just making money, just like, girl, I just becoming just whatever, right? So it doesn't matter, but it's still a hustle every day to figure out, you know, what's the next. And so that's another thing, like, you know, and this is not, I'd never belittle 9-to-5s, but one thing that a 9-to-5 has that a business doesn't is that a 9-to-5 has stability. You know, like, they're telling you what to do. Like, you don't have to think about what's like, it's already set in stone. You just have to go to your job and deliver it, and if shit hit the ceiling fan, then you can go home. Like, you're not dealing with that. Where in a business, like, you're making all the shots. So when you call the wrong shots, you got to be able to take accountability and move on. And so, you know, it's not easy at all. And this is probably the hardest year so far.
Okay. I love that. I love what you have going on. I love your traveling. I love the food. I love everything. I love everything. And I love what you have going on. And I definitely hope that you know, keep going and doing your shit.
We wish you nothing but
nothing but the best.
We're looking forward to the travel kits. Shapewear. Because I was, wait, hold on, side note. I was just on Skims like yesterday, and I'm looking like, do I want to give her my money? I'd rather give somebody local my money for shapewear. But we're tuned in to everything that you got in.
We're definitely tuned in.
Yes.
We're definitely tuned in.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
But hold on.
We ain't gonna end it yet.
Girl.
We got the ladies' night.
Oh, right. Y'all, we warned her beforehand. We definitely warned her beforehand. So whatever come off this deck, Kaelin,
I love a little spice.
We're gonna see what spice they bring.
Okay, so we'll probably do poll 3.
Yeah, we'll poll 3.
Okay, so poll 1 and give it to Faith, and she's gonna rate it.
Okay.
Oh no.
But it says, could you be with a bisexual man? Why or why not?
Oh God, I was just having this conversation. Okay, because my assistant's actually bisexual, and so sometimes I be saying, you know, off the wall stuff. Not that I mean any harm, but just saying off the wall stuff, because it, for some reason, recently there was like this whole Twitter debate about you know, by men and men coming out and getting caught, like whatever, right? And so I was just like, this really crazy.
It is
because
crazy.
To me, like, I'm all about honesty. Like, I don't care if you're bisexual. I have a choice to be like, yay or nay when you tell me. But please tell me.
Yes.
Right. Please.
Yes.
Like, don't do that. Yes. Just don't do it. Like,
I don't know if y'all seen the show. It was like Married at First Sight or something. Or something like that. Girl, they were speaking for like weeks, like behind a wall, so they'd never seen each other. So when they seen each other, everything was cool. They ended up getting married because they liked each other. So, girl, they just chilling by the pool one day, and he was like, "Yeah, so you know, I'm bisexual," and she was like, why? Like, we talked about everything else. Like, why did you not tell me that? And yeah, like you said, I want to have that option.
I don't see why. Like, I think this generation like does try to force things upon people.
Yes,
like, and I do think like people should have the right to be like they don't like that or that they don't. I think it's different when you're just not liking somebody because of what they are.
Right.
Because that's never been me. Like, I don't even care. A lot of my friends are gay. Like, whatever.
Correct.
But just I'm an honest person. Just be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
give me that choice.
I'm not gonna choose the yes. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No
hate. No hate. Nothing.
But
it's
I'm
just,
not. I feel like you said, just be honest. But like, if you were to come to me and be like, you give me a choice, and if my choice is no, then my choice is no. But don't sit here and like lie about it, and then like you give me the like you love you.
I'm pregnant and I'm not all the way in there, and then you say, yeah, I didn't want to tell you, but I'm terrible. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard ball to swallow. Yeah.
Question number 2.
Oh God, I just seen it.
She thinks a little bit. If your sex life was a movie, what kind of movie would it be? Got a lot of sex talk going on right now.
Girl, probably like The Hangover. It's very like okay, random. Yeah, just random.
I have no idea what I would choose. Is that
isn't it Gone by the Wind a movie?
Gone by the Wind?
Yeah, something like that.
I've never heard of that.
I feel like it is. I don't know if it is. I'm making it up, but
I don't know. Maybe mine might be Stranger Things. It's just
Stranger Things.
Strange. Even though that's a series, but
I'm gonna have to not answer that question or like think.
Okay, you want to think about it and then we're gonna come back to it?
I could ponder.
Okay.
And come back.
So we still got one more question. All right.
Okay. Obsessed.
What?
I'm gonna choose obsessed.
What? Oh! The movie. Really looking
yes. Yo.
The movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If I was a man, no.
What?
Okay, if I was a man or you were into girls, would you date me? Why or why not?
I would probably date you if I was a man.
Yeah. No, I think if I was a man or if you were dating a girl, if you were into girls, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like if I were a man or whatever, I would always be into someone who has their own business. Right. I think that's super attractive, whether it's man or a woman. Because I feel like we have a lot in common. It's so hard talking to people who don't have things in common with you, just in general. Yeah, they think you're talking crazy when you're saying certain things. So, and I do follow you on Instagram, and so I like what she has going on. Thanks, girl.
I'll date you too.
Okay, so wait, how is that gonna go? We all answer that?
I don't know. I don't think that's like an all answer question.
Right.
You're gonna pick one more.
Okay.
Okay. What are your thoughts on sugar daddies? Would you ever date one?
Where they at? Like, where are they? Serious no, especially right now. No.
Sugar daddies?
Here's the thing with the sugar daddy. This is funny because me and my friends talk about the craziest things. But I made a joke the other day because someone else made a joke on Twitter and it was like, for what reason is it a problem? not with a sugar daddy, just any guy in general. Because a sugar daddy to me, I think, is an older person for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
But just in general, I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever, but somebody was like, "Why? Like, if you're gonna F people for free, like, what's wrong with effing for something? Like, regardless, you're gonna F them, it doesn't matter, right? So, like, why not just get something out the deal? Yeah. But here's my whole thing with all of that. Just in the mind frame that I'm in right now, it's no way that I could probably like deal with the pressure because no one gives you anything for free. Yeah, and you know, like maybe in the beginning they might, right? But like in the long run, it's gonna always
comes with a price.
It comes with something. It really does. And so I'm in a good place right now where that's not really needed. You know, even if I think if it was needed. I mean, I could probably get a sugar daddy right now, but I know that shit comes with something. It does. At the end of the day, and I'm just not into it. I'm just kind of, I guess, mature enough. I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but you know,
girl, somebody gonna say you're not mature. Somebody gonna say it. She just don't know. But no, I feel.
But no, I'm all for it because look, like, I thank God that God put me in a position to where I'm at right now, where. You know, that's not really too much of a thought, even though it could always be needed. You're never going to say that, right? Like, somebody's going to always give you some extra money, blah, blah, blah. Like, not saying that at all. But, you know, I wouldn't ever really degrade someone who did have a sugar daddy because life is hard and times is hard. And we're in a recession. No one's acknowledging it.
You got to throw the recession.
So we're just going about our day and things are getting higher, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Like,
I agree. I don't blame y'all. Y'all do it, but like she said, I'm not even gonna say at this moment. I'm not dealing with it. The mind frame I'm in right now, I'm not dealing with it. Like I've played with it before, but like literally a message and a man asked me about the sugar daddy, and I messaged him back. But that was really about it. So that was the little life I had in there. But other than that, like, it's a no for me. Yeah, it's a no for me.
And I'm super picky. Like, I'm gonna try to really pick and choose. So it don't work like that.
We were just saying that on the other episode.
Youngest one.
You gotta be attractive. And some of these sugar daddies,
you gotta be attractive.
They wrinkle.
Yeah.
They wrinkle.
Yeah, it's a no for me. I don't knock nobody, but I just think about it like I don't want to be. I already look young. I look like 18 and 19. So I got this baby face and I'm looking like I'm next to this old ass man.
Do you need help?
and it's funny because it's just like it was like a while back, but it was this video it was like a video going around on Twitter, and the girl was in the bed with her sugar daddy and he was like on top of her, and she got the camera, but she looking mad as hell. Like she don't want to be there. But you know, like she probably but she probably getting something out of it. She's getting money, whatever it is out of it, but that's the price you gotta pay. Yeah, I don't want to pay no price.
You want to get a little feel. You want to get I ain't about that.
So y'all, that's gonna be the end.
Yes,
this was fun.
Yes,
it was so nice having you.
Yes, we love it.
So at the end of our episodes, we plug in our information. So let the people know where they can find you, where they can find KMBoobies.
So you guys can obviously follow us on Instagram, which is going to be KMBoobies, Twitter and Facebook. And then, yes, we're in 7 stores. So if you ever need to buy some boob tape, you can go to Rio, only in New Orleans. Earth Potions, they have 2 locations. Baton Rouge, Rio, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, God. I miss somebody. Oh, Gina Beauty Supply. They also have 2 locations, one on Willard and one in Kenner. And, yes, we have sales all the time, so you definitely want to catch that. And the waterproof is out now.
Yes, and you can follow me at Your Faithful Realtor on Instagram and on TikTok. And I forgot that I have a Facebook page. Y'all do not have to follow me on Facebook. But I forgot I had it. Just wanted to put that out there.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Natalie Lucia _. Wait, do y'all have a TikTok too?
I do have a TikTok. I'm just learning, so don't judge me. But it's KMBoobies boob tape.
All right, so she's on TikTok too.
Yes, y'all.
All right, y'all. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.
And rate, please. Give us a rate. Give us, your feedback. What you think. We are 4, we are 5, we are, let us know. But stay tuned for next week. And
bye, y'all.
We love y'all. See y'all later.